Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Terry Talk. Excited to be talking to you this week about salary reviews, getting lots of different inquiries, people chatting with us about looking at their salaries inside their organizations, the pay rates, the pay scales, what's going on inside our organization. Do we have it right or do we have it wrong? Interesting kind of question to be faced with. It's tough finding talent right now. You know, the great resignation, whether it's here or not, the reality is we know that we don't have enough people around. We know there's literally thousands of open jobs that just can't be filled right now. And so organizations, right, for their saying, hey, are we in the ballpark here? Are our salaries okay? Are they good enough? How do we ensure competitiveness on our salary grids? At ARIA, we do salary reviews. We look at this data. We've got access to a huge, almost dizzying array of data. The snag to data, and not to shoot ourselves in the foot here, but they're lag indicators. They tell you what was happening or what has happened. And like any data, it's usually not, yesterday's data. It's a little old. Now we like to use databases that are kept up to date, but let's face it, there's always a lag there, lag indicators. I've used the housing market analogy before. Using salary data as your only source of information, as your only source to make decisions, it'd be kind of like saying, hey, how much was the average price of a house in this neighborhood, say last year? Anybody who's in the real estate market right now, either selling or buying, knows that's irrelevant. So what we really need to be thinking about is what's happening right now. And that's tough to get at. So it's market driven. This is a supply and demand issue, as we've chatted about in previous Terry Talks. It's a pure supply and demand issue. Supply is limited, demand is high. What happens? All of you that suffered through or enjoyed, I suppose, an economics course will know limited supply, high demand, prices go up. Classic economics, right? So here's where the comparison between the housing market and the employment market falls down. In housing, just last month in our area, housing, the average price for a house went down about 6%. Saw a bit of a decline, first time in years. Some people say it's correcting itself. Let's suggest it was wrong. I'm not sure it is. It's adjusting to the demand in the marketplace, adjusting to the supply in the marketplace. But here's the problem with employment. We can't unilaterally move salaries down as the demand and supply issue sort of balances out, which perhaps it will. That can lead to things like constructive dismissal or just really annoyed or ticked off employees. So we need to be really, really careful on this one. So in terms of being careful, don't get stuck with a price you cannot afford in the future. Don't overpay for your talent right now and be stuck with that dollar amount. Focus on value creation as opposed to what the market demands. Have that conversation, the amount of value that's being created and what that's worth, and then create unique compensation packages that reflect that value, but don't hem you in. Move beyond base salary, variable pay mechanisms, bonuses, variable pay mechanisms, depending on number of hours, looking at things like commissionable earnings. Look at those things to attract and retain folks that aren't permanent, that are variable and adjust up and down, just like the market does. Don't forget the other factors that are important. Money's important, but once it's taken care of, people are going to be looking at other factors. What are those? We've talked about these before. Stealing a page from Daniel Pink: mastery, autonomy, purpose. Allow your employees to get really, really good at a task. Give them autonomy. Don't micromanage these people. And purpose, oh my goodness, speak to their why. Let people know why they're doing what they're doing and the impact that it has on you, on their organization, and the broader community, the broader world. Really, 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 really get to know folks, and don't get boxed in. Get creative, think differently. Just don't get stuck overpaying for a position now because you want to win that battle to get people into your organization. Think cleverly about that. Is that a word, cleverly? I hope so. Anyway, seems to work. Really, really want to hear your thoughts on this. Love to get your comments down below, or shoot us a message, or those of you who like to call and have a chat, love that. Keep that going. Look forward to hearing more from you. Again, love to hear your thoughts, and we'll see you again next time.